All right, so we're going to be talking to you today about our LERP strategy, and the whole fundamental behind that strategy is life insurance as an asset class. So when we're talking about life insurance as an asset class, generally we use the term compared to what, and what that means is your client needs to have perspective in what we're talking about. So we want to give them perspective of where a lot of people put their money, which is a brokerage account. So I'm going to have Charles walk through just the typical structure of how a brokerage account charges their fees.
So one of the things we wanted to look at is inside of a brokerage account, there's a 1.5% fee, and we total up all the fees, the broker-dealer fees, the charges for the mutual fund loads. And by totaling all those up, we ran side by side a client putting in $50,000 a year for 10 years.
So with the IUL, we're going to look at the same $50,000 a year. We're going to look at the same fee structure, and we're going to total up the charges after 10 years, 20 years, and 40 years to see how they compare. And one of the things with the life insurance is they tend to be a little heavier loads and charges on the front end. But what happens is after that 10-year period, the fees diminish to almost zero. I mean, we're talking 8 to 10 basis points years 11 and on. Long term, when you average it all out, we tend to have a significant advantage on all-in costs and fees compared to the brokerage account.
This is a great piece that helps you address with your client when they bring up the fees inside of life insurance. You can quickly address that life insurance, if held for a long period of time, is actually a great investment and has low fees.
And on the IUL side, we can't forget about the value. It's a big differentiator between the value that we have with IUL compared to a broker. The best broker in the world cannot contractually guarantee he will never lose your money. We can do that inside the IUL policy. So if I have a fee structure that's equal or substantially less than a broker, isn't it more valuable to have someone that can guarantee against losses? We also have things like living benefits, long-term care, chronic illness. We have tremendous upside potential. Some accounts are even uncapped. So again, a lot of benefits that you get for the fees that you're paying.
So let's go ahead now and we're going to jump into the side-by-side illustration, a great compared to what, where we're going to take this brokerage account versus the life insurance as an asset class.
And I think 15 years is a good time to take a snapshot. Again, in the first 10 years, if you were to completely surrender the insurance policy, the insurance company would win in that example because of those front end fees. However, if we take 15 years as a snapshot and say, what are the total charges in that year, with the IUL, it's $748 on the example that you'll see on the screen. On the brokerage side, Charles, tell them what it would be in year 15 on that.
So in year 15, you would have a fee of $13,371.
So $748 on the IUL or $13,000 plus in a brokerage account. And as you take that further along, year 20, year 25, year 30, year 40, you can see how that adds up. So despite IUL having more charges in the first 10 years, by year 15 and on, it's a substantial advantage to the life insurance. It can be as little as 10 basis points of total charges as a function of the account value inside the policy.
So what we did is we totaled up all the fees from age 46 to age 85. And the disparity between the two accounts is on the brokerage, you have $822,000, 4% of the deposit of the 50 grand you put in for 10 years. So over the period of the life insurance from age 46 to 85, the all-in charges is less than 1%.